Well, that sure was a nice come from behind victory. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Stats of Videocast. Today we're going to recap tonight's spring training game between the Phillies and the New York Yankees as the Phillies come from behind and defeat the Yankees by a final score of 4-1 as they have a 4-run top of the ninth inning here at George M. Steinbrenner Field. Now, guys, before getting this video, please subscribe if you haven't done yet. Please show the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. Now, what a great game this was for the Phillies. Ivan Nova started this game. He was just all right, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen, what a nice come from behind victory. I mean, how often do you ever see this out of this Phillies team? Coming from behind and winning the ball game, late in the game. And I love to see this. This is great. And Darick Hall, man, this guy's been lighting it up. You saw he homered last week. Getting that double. I mean, he comes up big tonight as well. With that 2 RBI double he also hit. So, great job. Great job. Once again, even Noah, not bad in this game at all. I mean, he was very, very good in those readings. Even De Los Santos allowed the only run of the ball game tonight. The Phillies pitching staff did its job tonight. Other than that, Luke Voigt sacrificed fly to right field. I mean, very, very good. It was very, very good. And once again, Ivan Nova and the former New York Yankee, doing pretty well against his former squad. Bryce Harper, oh my goodness gracious, got unlucky once again. Of course, this game was not televised. We got to listen to it on the radio. Lines out hard, hits his deep fly ball to center field. I mean, what an unlucky player he is. Of course, he's one of the most unlucky players in all of baseball. He also draws a walk tonight. But a guy who's really, really impressed me, Darick Hall. My oh my, man, I love this guy. I mean, he's really just, doing well, man. I mean, I love to see that. So let's start the scoring summary in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Luke Voigt. It's a sacrifice fly to right field, and Aaron Judge comes around to score, and the Yankees now take a 1-0 lead. So some fundamental baseball there by the Baby Bombers. Luke Voigt driving in Aaron Judge to make it a 1-0 ball game once again. Aaron Boone teaching his squad some fundamental baseball, something you don't really see that often. Of course, sacrifice flies are not, totally uncommon, but you don't see them as much as you used to see, back in the 80s or even the 90s. I mean, they're kind of shying away. Everything has to be an extra base hit. Everything has to be, a big hit. The fundamental baseball, it's kind of been shied away a little bit. So, I mean, that's just something that's just going on now. And we wouldn't see scoring until the top of the 9th inning when a wild pitch was going by Kyle Burkhoff and Matt Verling came around to score, and the Phillies tied it at 1. So great job. We take advantage of a wild pitch. You always love to see that. I mean, what a cue up the circus music on that one. My oh my. Then Mickey Moniak was hit by a pitch. And I don't know if this was just a glitch with MLB at bat or something here. A miscatch was made, a miscatch error made by the pitcher, Reggie McClain for the Yankees, and the Phillies now took a 2-1 lead. Once again, I mean, no information here. I have no idea how we even got this run. Couldn't listen to it on the radio, couldn't watch it, anywhere. So I have no idea how we got that run. Of course, we now take the lead. Then in the same inning, Darick Hall, he doubles on a sharp line drive to left field. Luke Williams and Mickey Moniak score, and the Phillies now take a 4-1 lead. Now, that is some insurance right there, and that would be good enough to win the ball game. 4-1, your final score is the Phillies win. What a great game here was for the Phillies. Once again, I love a come from behind victory. It always feels like a good come from behind. This is just awesome. This fin just feels so good. And once again, you got to see some starters today. Of course, we didn't get to see them. They were in the lineup. Once again, it's just so disappointing. None of these games are televised when we're on the road. I mean, pretty much. I mean, occasionally you get a national televised game. Of course, a few weeks ago we were at the Yankees, George M. Steinbrenner Field. That was a couple Sundays ago. That game was televised, but that's pretty rare. Got to watch it on the Yes Network. I think that was. Once again, that's pretty rare. You really don't get to see that often. So that's a pretty rare occurrence. But, how often do we ever get to see that? Not very often. I mean, at least have it on radio. I mean, once again, it's a Friday night Phillies-Yankees spring training game. I mean, there's hardly any coverage. I mean, what in the world? I mean, and you saw how lousy they were, tonight with the, they didn't even, tell us how the Phillies even scored their second run. The pitcher made an error. Reggie McClain made an error. There's no information. Who scored? I mean, what a lousy job. It's mind-boggling to me, how poor of a job MLB about this sometimes. And, Mickey Moniak, there's a lot of hype, and I haven't really talked about it. The hashtag why not Mick. I think it's kind of silly. I think it's, and Joe Girardi doesn't buy into it. It's basically just a campaign by the Phillies fans. It says, why not Mick? Why not, start Mickey Moniak? Why not have him as the everyday center fielder? Why not have him as the opening day center fielder? I'm not on the why not Mick train. For one, I think you all know that. I'm sticking with Odubel. He's definitely, has the numbers to prove it. I think he's going to be our, everyday center fielder going into the 2021 season. I think that's pretty much set in stone. I mean, it's not confirmed. Saw something on Facebook today, and it said, hey, is Odubel Herrera already basically pretty much, solidified, his spot in center field going into 2021 season? And my answer is yes. I think he has. I think it's pretty much, of course it's not, once again, it's not set in stone. It's not proven. I think the chances are Odubel Herrera's favored to get that nod. Likely, for Odubel Herrera, once again, it's not good that Adam Hazley got hurt, but I think Adam Hazley, of course, getting injured did help Odubel Herrera's chances of getting this nod. But Odubel Herrera, we did get to see him play tonight. Of course, we didn't get to see him play. He did play. He was in the lineup. Did go 0 for 3. But other than that, he's had a pretty solid spring. He has had a pretty solid spring. And once again, some little injury updates with the Phils. Zack Eflin, with some back spasms. Spencer Howard still having those back spasms. We need these guys healthy. Zack Eflin more essential to this team right now due to what he brings to the star rotation, being number 3 spot in the rotation. And this is a big year for him. We need him. Spencer Howard, not as much. Of course, down the line, he's going to be a key asset, but not right now because he really has no set role. Zack Eflin, very, very important to get him back. JT Muto, Rafael Marquez, played some sim games today. That's what I heard. So that's a good sign. Of course, we need those guys. And I tell you what, once again, I love what our bench is going to be able to do. Of course, Brad Miller's now, has that little minor injury, of course, too, which is pretty disappointing. But I think I like our bench. I really like our bench with Brad Miller, Matt Joyce, Roman Quinn, the speed of Roman Quinn. I really, really like our bench a lot. I really, really like our bench a lot. As we take a look at Ivan Nova's start, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. The run was earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. So, of course, he did allow that, sacrifice fly to Luke Voigt. That was the only run given up at the ball game for the Phils. Alan De Los Santos did come in after that. And other than that, Alan De Los Santos did great. Tony Watson did great. Brandon Kinsler did great. Jojo Romero, very, very good. And Hector Rondon gets the save in this one. And Sam Conrad, another guy who's had a great spring. Sam Conrad has been amazing. Amazing. Brian Mitchell, I've been, nothing but impressed with him. Tony Watson, he did well tonight. So far has not had the best spring. And an 8.31 ERA, not very pretty. But Ivan Nova, we all know he's had some shaky starts. But tonight, he was fine. He might not make the team. There's a good chance he might get cut. He's definitely, probably, most likely not going to make the big league roster, at least in my opinion. You might see him, down there at AAA, possibly. It might be, a guy we call up, later in the season, for some depth. But you just don't know. Of course, a lot of these guys, once again, are going to get cut. It's a sad reality. It's the Grim Reaper. As Joe Girardi always brings up, it's not fun. It's not fun to do this. We have to be the Grim Reaper. And it's just part of the game. It started spring training. That's why Joe Girardi doesn't like spring training, because you have to be the Grim Reaper. But we didn't get to watch this game on TV, so it's really hard, to take away some key details about, the pitches and, hitting those locations and, all that kind of stuff. Did they look good? Were they using their off speed, effectively? It's hard to, have these kind of takeaways when you can't watch it on TV. Of course, you could watch the gameplay, but a lot of these games don't even have gameplay. They don't even have gameplay on MLB at bat. How pathetic. How pathetic. It is 2021, ladies and gentlemen, and they don't even have gameplay on some of these games. It's just pathetic. It's just so pathetic. That's once again, you don't deal with these shenanigans in the regular season, right? And I completely understand. I was talking to some of my buddies, and they said, Luke, I'm going to be honest with you, man, I haven't watched any of your videos since, the past, 3 weeks. And, I'm like, dude, no worries. I completely understand. And of course, I really hope you guys do tune into my videos. Really support me, and that'd be great. But I completely understand it, because there's it's so hard to get excited about this when there's not a lot of coverage about it. No one really talks about it. It's not on TV. It's not even on the radio. You think about it. 5 years ago, it's so much easier to find these guys. I think almost every game was on the radio. It just seems like they've taken a step back, which makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense at all. So I don't get it. But tomorrow the game is on TV. 1:05 the first pitch against the Toronto Blue Jays. Oh my goodness, probably another loss going to the Toronto Blue Jays. We have not beaten the Toronto Blue Jays all spring. Former New York Mets, Steven Matz is on the mound. That's probably the third time we faced him. He's 1-0. He's not allowed to run. We have Matt Moore on the mound, 2-0 with a 1.13 ERA. He's been very, very good for the Phils. He's been great. I've really been impressed with Matt Moore. He has done his job well. But once again, I love a nice come from behind victory tonight. Your Phillies hot still player of the game, Darick Hall. Once again, I understand he did not, drive in the go-ahead run, but what a nice insurance, 2 runs. 2 runs, and this guy has been really, really just killing the ball, right? You saw him hit that double, homered. I believe that was last week. I mean, he's been doing very, very well, Darick Hall. I've been really, really impressed with him. I like what I saw, and these guys aren't like tearing up. It's not like they're batting 300. I like what I've seen out of Luke Williams. I like what I've seen out of Darick Hall. And once again, Odubel had a rough night tonight, 0 for 3. Bryce had a rough night. Once again, a rough night. But I mean, he lined out and he flew deep to center. So you can't really go too hard on him there. But do we get to see Rhys Hoskins? He also drew a walk, went 0 for 2. Kutch at the top of the lineup, but no one really produced at the top of the lineup. Kutch, Hoskins, and Harp combined 0 for 6. So the top of the lineup was not there. And if you include Segura, who's the 4-hole hitter tonight, at combined 0 for 8. And each of them got 1 walk, which was kind of funny. But Nappy back there, I mean, he really was tearing up, started spring training. He's kind of cooled off a little bit. Not the end of the world, but we need JT ready for opening day. That is so important. We have JT back. The fact that he played a sim game today with Alfio Marcan, is a huge, step in the right direction. We don't really know how he looked in that, sim game, but, opening day is 13 days away. So, I mean, the fact that he's playing sim games is very, very promising. It's very promising. We're one step closer, ladies and gentlemen, to some real game action. And hopefully we get to see that next week. Who against? I mean, who knows? Who knows? Hopefully we get to see that next week. Once again, 13 days away. He just played his first sim game. So that's very, very good news. Brian Miller also hurt. I think he's already had enough of spring ABs. I think he's going to be ready for opening day. At least I hope. As I said, Eflin with the back spasms, Howard with the back spasms. Some injury problems. And you take a look at the Mets. Now let me just talk about the Mets here for a second. Carlos Carrasco, oh my goodness, he's throwing a bullpen. Another freak injury here for the Mets, as he might have to have. I mean, once again, he's going to go undergo an MRI. It's just like it's just not Mets. It's just not the Mets. I mean, my oh my, the Mets just find a way to Met. I mean, my oh my. I mean, they bring in this guy, Lindor. Once again, injuries are going to happen. It just seems like it's just such a common theme. I mean, now he has this right hamstring, strain. It's just like the Mets just find a way to, mess things up. Once again, nothing they can do about an injury, but the Mets, this is just how typical of the Mets, right? I mean, this is just so them. Now, Carlos Carrasco now hurt. I mean, they're not going to have Thor now. They put him on the 60-day IL because he's still not recovered from TJ. And Thor, I mean, he's not even that good. I mean, he guy's overrated. But the Mets now starting to have some problems. I mean, they made such a big deal. Francisco Lindor with a grand slam today. Big deal. It's spring training. Once again, I get excited when Harp hits a home run, but you got to keep it in perspective. It's spring training. So the Mets having some little injuries there, but you know what? The Phillies are having some injuries, with their own. So you can't really get too carried away with yourself. So now, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe yet, not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section. And Phillies Stats of Instagram, TikTok, Instagram, card text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshotsf@gmail.com. 1-5, the first pitch tomorrow against the Toronto Blue Jays. Steven That's on the mound, going against Matt Moore of the Phils. I will be recapping every game, rest of spring training, so you don't got to worry about that. Just assume I will, because I will. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Luke, a nice come-around victory tonight. Darick Hall coming up big. Once again, guys, thanks so much for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to y'all later. Let's go, Phillies. I'll see you again.